So I'd like your recommendation on that, what you think. You know, a lot of people are already going after real estate. Roofing seems to be quite saturated, you know. Um, and even dentists are, uh, are get a lot of that stuff, or a lot pitched on a lot of that stuff. What is your recommendations on that right now, or what do you see that's hot right now?
Okay, Jim. So this is like the most common question that we get, and I'm gonna go through the same thing. We've been like working real hard on this.
Okay.
So this is the thing. What I'm able to do and tell you, it's like which ones are what we consider saturated. And it's not saturated that there's no way to get in, but it's just like replies are coming in slower than usual. Uh,
Right.
and we have a process to like decide three niches that you can go into. But we're not gonna, like, we never tell our clients go into this niche just because it's not the correct way to do it, right? So
Right.
let's start off. The first thing is that the ones that are like being difficult to get in via cold email, that's what we're doing right now, but we're seeing a bit more of interest with one specific niche in Facebook. But for now, the complicated ones are dentists, chiros, gyms, and med spas. Those are the
Right.
four like that everyone started promoting, and they're just all going into that. And it's like just one niche, just one deal. There are so many. It's scalable, the whole thing. So I would keep away from those if you're like starting to go figuring out what niche you want. Okay,
Yeah, I
then
agree. Yeah.
that's the first thing. Now, here's the thing I'd like to, like, if you could take a couple of notes and we can like, maybe you can decide on this a couple of, maybe later today or tomorrow. Here's
Okay.
the points that we've gotten that on our clients, because we do survey them. And these are the points. The first thing is definitely, uh, if you have any experience on that niche. And it's just so logical. But to be honest,
Hmm.
Jim, what's happening is that when we started, because I also have my agency, marketing agency, and when we started a couple of years ago, we would just go into everything. And I have this funny story where we were
Yeah.
pitching roofers, and it's like I learned that through someone that we had to ask them at the end, okay, what could have I done better here? Why am I not closing? And this guy goes back to me after I've pitched like 10 roofers. I've never done anything in the roofing niche. And he goes like,
Right.
hey, look, Jose, I'm just gonna be clear with you. You lost me on your third slide where you presented the costs, and we had a cool like thing where shingle roofing was this by square meter, and it's like I don't know where the fuck you got that info, but it's just so wrong. And I'm just by education listening to everything else you've got to say, but no one's gonna believe you on that. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, I've been on
Yeah.
10 calls giving just information and I had no idea on, and this is a real story, Jim. So that's why it's more important, because people are so nice they won't call you out on your bullshit, but they know if you don't have any idea what you're helping. And on the other
Right.
side, we work with this client. He's like at about to get to 200,000 bucks per month just on Kairos. But guess what? He knows nothing about Kairos. What he did
Yeah.
is hire a Cairo, train him on marketing, and now his email's going out, and that's like his superpower here, where he found his niche is like, hi, I'm Dr. X. I'm a Cairo also. I understand where you at. Let's get on a call. People will just get on him, and he'll have both sides of the story, right? He knows like what they're talking about, what they're feeling. He can be so like he has so much empathy for the guys just to be able to put on his shoes and talk about their needs and then go into marketing. So see that's like very
Yeah.
important. Like, if you can add your own value and this guy can know, yeah, exactly, that's how I'm feeling. That's where I'm going.
Right.
that would be the first point. It's like if you have any experience. If you want to, like, let me go through the points and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, let's do.
Okay, that's the first thing. If you have, and of course you don't have to have all the points, but the more you have, the better. The next one is that you actually like them. We've had clients that they've worked in the industry before, but it's not their thing. They got into it and they're thinking in the back of their heads, because they actually tell us, it's like, I can't work with these guys forever. He's not motivated to get on the calls. He has something like, I don't know, some resistance there. So you actually like, you want to get on the call and have like be actually happy to get on the call. Like this is, I get on the calls like these and my energy doesn't change. I'm just so happy to talk about it, share my things with you. And that's what's going to happen on the long run. I would think this element's like the last one, but definitely look into it, right? It's something you really like. Okay, the third element would definitely be like this. I break it into two things, Jim, and it's the more money your client can charge for every client you get them, the happier they will be.
Right.
But there is a direct correlation in the more you can charge, the more they're going to take to actually close the sales cycle or to be able to get that money back. And there's where you go into mortgage or just real estate, roofing, solar clients. But if you've got like your real good offer down a place, and you know that if you start prospecting today, you'll definitely see your returns in 3 months, right?
Yeah.
That is a great niche to be, because when you get the ball rolling, and that's what's happening with the clients that we have on roofing and on solar, for example, they're like, they need one client, and this is paid for 5 times return on investment, and that's it, right? Because they're closing big deals. But of course, it's not going to happen on the 2 weeks. So if you're like low on cash, you need immediate results, this is not the way to go, right?
Yeah.
On the other end, you could make it work with what we call a small front-end offer to get them in. But here's where some clients don't make it work and some do.
Yeah.
And it's, you need systems and automations to make it work so people buy the good things, the expensive things on the back end. But the times where you're just like doing Facebook ads to get the $21 teeth whitening offer, and he's going to close 30 of those, it's going to be 30 by 20, $600, and you're charging them $2,000. Those days are over. Now, if you've got your systems in place where you then get them in, educate them, and the team, the front end, the dentist, because you offer something different like a sales training, and you tell them that the idea of the front end offer, and they get it right, is to them sell the braces, the Invisalign, the more expensive things, and you've got with upsell, with cross-sell, with education videos, and that'll work also, right? But you gotta get more on the back end. So that's the other thing that you've got to consider, is the price point at which your clients are earning each time that you get them a client. All right. And the fourth one, of course, is the scalability, right? You can go into some really like strange niches and you can make some money, but I don't know if the scalability is there in terms of cold emailing. Now I'm more optimistic, and that's why I left the scalable part as the last point, because even if you've got let's say a limited amount of 10,000 clients in the US, with the Facebook and LinkedIn contacting with the Go High Level, and that like it's nothing new, but I like more the idea just because of how I know now that Go High Level works.
Right.
It's very doable now, right? And
Yeah.
our services, uh, like why people didn't do this before, it's because it just takes a whole lot of time, and entrepreneurs are not willing to do this. Even if I gave you my step-to-step guide on how to do it, you're going to be, this is awesome. You're going to do it 1 week, 2 weeks. Then the third week is 1 day yes, 1 day no. Then the fourth week you didn't do anything. Next thing you know, you're not doing any prospecting at all. Because for example, I know LinkedIn, we do use automations, and we've moved from Ducksoup and like Leonard to WeConnect and Octopus that are like on the cloud, and we've gotten better results, and they're more, they integrate more nicely with Go High Level. That's what's got me now excited.
Yeah.
But still, like that Facebook, we don't do any automations on the contacting part, the cold connecting part, and we do that manually, but we have a team that can do it now, right? So it's doable.
Yeah, true.
That's the thing. So I would consider the scalability, now that you have like both sides of the story, for that. If there's a pain, right? There's a pain there. For example, plumbing, dentist, you know, you got a tooth that hurts, you got a water leak, your roof's broken, right? That's not the same as a med spa where there's no pain. You just want to like get a tighter stomach or maybe something like that, right? So there's really a pain. Then, so having said that, Jim, you know which ones not to go to and which ones you should go to. So here is like the homework. It's like, okay, choose 3 that make sense with you, and then we can choose maybe 2, because we do need at least 2 niches to make this work, just in case one's going slowly. We can get on the other one, and you're okay with it because we've talked about it before.
Right.